So I've been training for about 7 years now, and for the first 5 of those years my physique was ass. And I swear to God, I've made more progress in the last 2 years than I made in the first 5, which sounds stupid, but it all comes down to like one simple mindset shift that I made. One simple change. It wasn't protein, it wasn't more sleep, it wasn't progressive overload, it wasn't whatever the fuck. Those are important, but it was training with intent. I'll explain exactly what I mean as I go through my upper body day today, and you'll get what I mean. Training with intent, or going into your training intentionally, starts before your workout. There are 3 things basically that I do before every workout to set myself up for success and make as much progress as I can. Number 1 is eat a lot of carbs, especially. It's the same thing that I had last video. It doesn't look very appetizing at all, but I swear it tastes kind of good, and I can perform really well after I ate it. So that's what I'm having basically before every session for the last 2 years. And then also some caffeine, of course. Only before my more important trainings I have some coffee, because I don't want to desensitize myself to caffeine. And also every time I have some coffee I feel like I don't know, man, I snorted cocaine or something. So I try to limit that as much as possible. So those are the 2 first things. And then the third thing is I'm currently bulking. That means I want to gain strength as much as possible. That should always be your main goal when you're bulking. If you want to gain strength, you should set yourself some concrete goals before you enter the gym. So don't say something like, yeah man, I'll get stronger, but try to make your goals as specific as possible. Like, open up the app you use to track your training and track your weights, and look at the exercises you want to prioritize most. For example, I'll do some weighted dips today with 55 kilograms and 11 reps was what I did last time. So today, even before the workout, I'll try to convince myself that I will be able to do 55 kilograms for 12 reps at least. Like, that would be the bare minimum. It sounds kind of stupid because it's basically like I'm just gaslighting myself into making more progress, but the placebo effect has a name for a reason. So, but I'll just finish up my bowl of dog shit and my coffee, and then we'll see ourselves in the gym. So the first exercise on my list today was the wall handstand push-up, and since I'm trying to get the full handstand push-up soon, my intent with this one is to perfect my form, so progressing to the next variation becomes easier. I don't try to just rap out as much as possible with half-ass technique, but I try to make every single rep look and feel the same. I still push to failure here because I still want huge freaking delts like everyone does, I think. Next up is one of my new favorites, the weighted muscle up. I love this exercise for a few reasons. Number 1, you feel like a freaking badass doing something most can't even do with their body weight and adding something on top. I just love that idea. Secondly, it forces you to keep your form strict and minimize swing compared to regular muscle ups, because the weight will hit you in the nutsack if you don't, or so I've been told. My intent here is again not to bang out reps like there's no tomorrow, but rather to perfect and standardize my form. Still, I would have liked to perform a bit better here today, since even the first rep felt super freaking hard. I then moved on to regular muscle ups, however, and here the goal is to bang out reps like there's no tomorrow and build some freaking muscle. It's so crazy how much easier regular muscle ups feel if you just did weighted ones right before. I always feel like Goku who has just stepped out of the gravity chamber. And they went great. I hit a new PR which felt amazing, so I moved on to the exercise I'm most nervous about today. And those are dips. I'm always most nervous but also most excited for weighted dips because I really want to hit a 100 kilogram dip this bulk. So as I've already said before, the intent right here is to push heavy, push hard and get as strong as humanly possible. Last session I hit 55 kilograms for 11 reps in my top set, and thankfully I did progress by 1 rep in each set here. So 55 kilograms for 12 is the new PR, and I'll be moving on to 60 kilograms or 132 pounds in freedom units from now on as my new working set. If you want to see whether or not I can reach my goal of a 100 kilogram dip by summer, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss it. Next up is another banger of an exercise, the absolute king of back training and the undisputed GOAT exercise, the pull-up. There's just something so satisfying about getting your first pull-up and eventually getting really good at pull-ups that I wouldn't want anyone to miss out on. So give them a shot if you don't have them in your program already. The intent here again is to pull heavyweight and push myself as much as I can, but to be honest I would have liked to perform better here. We're almost at the finish line now, only 2 more exercises left, and the first one is the pseudo planche push-up. I'm still very new to this one, so I try to again perfect my form here primarily, but of course I still want to push hard so I can get some muscle building effect out of it at least. The goal is to eventually learn the planche, but that's still a long shot from where I'm at right now, and I have other goals I want to focus on first right now, like the dip for example. This exercise does however light up my chest pretty good, and the strength was also on point today, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. The last exercise is the chin up. I like to do it without any weight, primarily to get a solid pump in, but also to vary my rep ranges a bit, because the muscle ups and weighted pull ups are both in lower rep ranges, and it contrasts very well doing chin ups at a higher range. They were okay, but I'm not really satisfied with all my pulling movements today, to be honest. The pump however was beyond insane, as is often the case when you do a full upper body day. So I filmed a little physique update and was very happy with how the bulk is going in general. Look at those boobs. So your boy is back from his workout. It was pretty successful. I would have liked to progress a bit more on my pulling movements as well, but all the push stuff, so the handstand push-ups, the dips, the pseudo planche push-ups, all of that jazz was very good today. I reached all my goals, so I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I hope you can now understand a bit better what I mean by training with intent, and I hope you can use it or apply it to your fitness journey as good as I could and can make the progress you deserve. Just one quick thing I wanted to add. My pulling movements, I think, were not as good today because last time, on my last pull day, which also was my last video, my performance was exceptional. Like, I was fucking went Super Saiyan or something. So if you haven't yet, you can watch this right after. And I'll have my post-workout now because I'm pretty fucking hungry. I'll just have some dates, a banana, and like 5 to 6 eggs just to refill my glycogen storages. And if you like this kind of stuff, like educating without educating, if that makes sense, you can like and subscribe and stick around for the rest of the journey. And always remember to work hard and be kind to yourself and anyone else.